Let's start with a simple fact. After the age of 30, your body begins to lose muscle mass, slowly at first, and then more noticeably with each passing decade. By the time you hit 60, this loss becomes much more significant. It's not just about looking strong, it's about staying functional, staying independent, preventing falls, protecting your bones, keeping your metabolism healthy, living longer and living well. And the number one weapon to fight this: protein. Now, eggs have long been considered one of the best sources of protein. They're complete, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build muscle. But what if I told you there's a superfood that has even more protein per gram than eggs, and also comes packed with a spectrum of micronutrients that support not just muscle, but your brain, your joints, and your energy levels? That superfood, spirulina. Yes, spirulina. A blue-green algae that's been used for centuries by ancient civilizations and is now backed by modern science as a nutrient-dense powerhouse. Gram for gram, spirulina can contain up to twice as much protein as eggs. Not just any protein, highly bioavailable protein. That means your body can absorb and use it efficiently, which is critical after age 60 when digestion and absorption start to slow down. But protein is just the start. Spirulina also contains phycocyanin, a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound iron, which supports oxygen transport and energy. B vitamins, crucial for brain and nerve function. Magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. Chlorophyll, which helps cleanse and detox the body at the cellular level. What this means for you, especially if you're over 60, is that adding spirulina to your daily routine can prevent or reverse muscle loss, support faster recovery after physical activity, reduce inflammation in joints and connective tissue, improve stamina and cognitive performance, and even support immune resilience. Here's the science. As you age, your body becomes less responsive to protein. This is called anabolic resistance. It means you need more high-quality protein to stimulate the same amount of muscle growth you used to get when you were younger. This is why older adults often lose muscle even if they eat what seems like enough. The body isn't using it the same way anymore. But spirulina gives your body a dense dose of easily absorbed protein and amino acids without adding stress to your digestive system. It works with your biology, not against it. You don't need to replace your meals or stop eating eggs. That's not the goal. The goal is to enhance your nutrition, to give your body the raw materials it needs to fight age-related decline, to hold on to your strength, your balance, your power. You can start small. Just 1 to 2 teaspoons of spirulina powder added to a smoothie, yogurt, or water daily can make a difference. The consistency matters more than the quantity. Give your body that edge and let the compound effect build over time. Muscle loss is not inevitable. Weakness is not your fate. You have tools, science-backed, simple, natural tools to fight back. When it comes to protein, eggs have long been considered the gold standard. They're complete, highly digestible, and widely accessible. But there's another contender that's been quietly making waves in the nutrition world, particularly for those who are aging and looking to maintain muscle mass, cognitive function, and overall vitality. That contender is spirulina, a blue-green algae that, gram for gram, contains more protein than eggs. It's not a marketing gimmick. It's a scientific fact backed by multiple nutritional analyses. While a large egg contains about 6 grams of protein and weighs roughly 50 grams, spirulina is about 60-70% protein by weight. That means a small 10-gram serving of spirulina delivers 6 to 7 grams of protein, matching or exceeding an entire egg's worth with far less volume and virtually no cholesterol or saturated fat. What makes spirulina even more impressive is the quality of its protein. It's a complete protein, which means it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. These are the building blocks of muscle, enzymes, hormones, and neurotransmitters. And while many plant-based sources of protein are incomplete, requiring combinations like rice and beans to make them complete, spirulina delivers it all in one compact form. For older adults who may be experiencing digestive challenges or a decreased appetite, the efficiency of this protein source matters. Spirulina is easy to digest, gentle on the stomach, and highly absorbable, making it ideal for those looking to get more from less. Beyond just numbers and convenience, there's a deeper biological reason to consider spirulina after the age of 60. As we age, our bodies become less responsive to protein intake. This phenomenon, known as anabolic resistance, means that older adults need higher doses of quality protein to stimulate the same amount of muscle protein synthesis as they did when they were younger. This is why muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, becomes more prevalent with age. It's not just due to inactivity, it's also a biological shift that requires nutritional adaptation. Spirulina's dense concentration of protein helps counter this resistance. Because it's so rich in essential amino acids, particularly leucine, which is crucial for muscle growth, it can more effectively trigger the muscle building process, even in the presence of anabolic resistance. Protein intake isn't just about muscles, though. It affects metabolism, immune health, bone density, and even brain function. And while eggs certainly support these areas too, spirulina brings additional nutrients to the table that elevate its value. It's packed with iron B12 analogs, chlorophyll, phycocyanin, and magnesium, all of which support cellular energy production, oxygen delivery, and recovery. This makes it more than just a protein source. It becomes a multifunctional nutritional tool that addresses the whole body. Some might wonder if it's really necessary to compare spirulina and eggs. After all, can't we consume both? Absolutely. But understanding the nutritional density of spirulina opens up new options, especially for those who are looking to reduce cholesterol intake, follow a plant-based diet, or simply want to diversify their nutrient sources. Eggs are fantastic, but spirulina offers a different kind of efficiency, one that's deeply relevant in an age where health optimization and longevity are becoming priorities. Incorporating spirulina into the diet doesn't have to be complicated. A teaspoon in a morning smoothie stirred into yogurt or mixed with water is enough to start experiencing the benefits. Unlike eggs, it doesn't need to be cooked or refrigerated, and its shelf stability makes it ideal for travel or emergency food storage. Its versatility, combined with its high protein content, makes it one of the most practical and potent tools in a health-conscious lifestyle. Another reason spirulina stands out is its environmental impact. Producing spirulina requires far less land, water, and energy compared to animal-based proteins, including eggs. For those who care about sustainability and the future of the planet, this adds another layer of motivation to incorporate it regularly. But above all, the primary reason spirulina is so valuable is because it gives people, especially those over 60, a chance to take control of their health using a natural, powerful, and proven resource. When you combine its protein power with its broad spectrum of nutrients, you're not just feeding your muscles. You're fueling your brain, your energy, your resilience. You're actively pushing back against the biological decline that so many people accept as inevitable. You're giving your body what it needs, not just to survive, but to thrive. As the human body ages, one of the most overlooked yet critical changes it undergoes is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. This condition, known as sarcopenia, starts silently, often around the age of 30, and accelerates after the age of 60. What begins as subtle weakness or fatigue eventually evolves into a noticeable decline in physical performance, balance, and independence. But here's the important truth. Age-related muscle loss is not inevitable. It can be slowed, halted, and even reversed using natural strategies that align with the body's biology. At the heart of this process lies the concept of anabolic resistance. As people age, their muscles become less responsive to protein and resistance training. The same meal or workout that once triggered muscle growth in youth now results in a muted response. The body simply doesn't build or maintain muscle as easily. But this does not mean it is incapable. It means it needs smarter, more intentional input. It needs high-quality protein, consistent resistance, and recovery, enhancing nutrients that support regeneration from the inside out. Nutrition plays the most foundational role. Without enough high-quality protein, the body cannot build or repair muscle tissue. The key is to provide the body with protein that is both complete and bioavailable. Complete means it contains all 9 essential amino acids. Bioavailable means it is easily digested, absorbed, and utilized by the muscles. Natural sources like spirulina, eggs, lean meats, legumes, and dairy products offer strong foundations. Among them, spirulina stands out due to its dense protein content and unique combination of muscle-supporting compounds. Unlike many plant-based proteins, spirulina is highly concentrated, containing up to 70% protein by weight, and includes leucine, an amino acid that is critical for activating muscle synthesis. Yet protein alone is not enough. Physical movement is just as vital. Resistance training, even in the simplest form, signals the muscles that they are still needed. This signal activates internal repair systems, strengthens fibers, and promotes the development of new mitochondria, the energy factories within cells. For those over 60, even body weight, exercises, or light resistance bands can be profoundly effective if done consistently. The point is not to lift heavy. The point is to challenge the muscle, to push it slightly beyond comfort so that it receives the message adapt, grow, strengthen. Another critical factor is recovery. Sleep becomes increasingly essential as the body ages because it is during deep sleep that most muscle repair and hormone regulation occurs. Disrupted or insufficient sleep can blunt the effects of both nutrition and exercise, leaving progress stalled. Strategies like limiting caffeine intake after midday, getting early morning sunlight exposure to regulate circadian rhythm, and maintaining a consistent bedtime all play roles in optimizing recovery. Inflammation also needs to be managed carefully. As we age, systemic inflammation tends to increase. This low-grade, chronic inflammation acts as a silent enemy to muscle growth. It interferes with cellular repair and leads to a breakdown of muscle tissue. Anti-inflammatory foods, adequate hydration, and stress-reducing practices like walking, deep breathing, or mindfulness can all help create an internal environment where muscle tissue is protected and nourished, not attacked. Micronutrients like vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, and B vitamins also play supporting roles in combating muscle loss. Vitamin D enhances calcium absorption and bone health, but also plays a key role in muscle function. Omega-3s found in flaxseed, walnuts, and fatty fish help reduce inflammation and promote muscle cell growth. Magnesium assists in muscle contraction and energy production, while B vitamins support energy, metabolism, and red blood cell formation. Consistency is the final ingredient. Combating age-related muscle loss is not about one perfect meal or an occasional workout. It's about daily actions, small habits repeated over time that build resilience into the body. It's about recognizing that strength is not reserved for the young, but is a lifelong pursuit. The body may change with age, but it remains responsive if we give it the right inputs. Muscle is more than just tissue. It is metabolic health. It is balance. It is protection from injury, and it is freedom. Natural approaches work, but they demand commitment. They demand awareness. They require that you stop waiting for decline to come and start preparing to fight back. With the right combination of protein, movement, recovery, and consistency, age-related muscle loss is not your fate. It is a challenge, one that your body is still capable of meeting. When people think of nutrition and aging, the focus often stops at muscle maintenance. Protein intake, amino acids, and resistance training dominate the conversation, and rightly so. But the human body is not just a machine for movement. It's a complex network of systems, neurological, hormonal, cardiovascular, and immune, that all depend on nutrition just as much as muscles do. The right nutrients don't just help preserve physical strength, they sharpen the mind, stabilize mood, fuel energy, and increase resilience across the entire body. True nutritional support must go beyond muscle, addressing the deeper needs that sustain vitality after 60. As the body ages, many functions begin to slow down or lose efficiency. Digestion weakens. nutrient absorption becomes compromised. Mitochondrial function, the cellular energy engine, declines. Hormone production shifts, leading to changes in metabolism, cognitive sharpness, and immune defense. What once worked effortlessly now requires support. This is where nutrient-dense foods and strategic supplementation play a pivotal role. They don't act as shortcuts. They serve as reinforcements for systems under stress. When used consistently, they can help stabilize the internal chaos that often accompanies aging. One key area that benefits from deep nutritional support is brain health. Cognitive decline is a growing concern for many people over 60. Memory lapses, slower reaction times, and mental fatigue are not just signs of getting older. They're signs that the brain is asking for better fuel. Nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, magnesium, and antioxidants all contribute to brain function. For instance, omega-3s found in fatty fish, flax seeds, and algae are critical for maintaining the structure of brain cell membranes and reducing inflammation. B vitamins, particularly B6, B9s, folate, and B12, are involved in the production of neurotransmitters and the regulation of homocysteine, a compound linked to cognitive decline when elevated. Another often overlooked system is the immune system. With age, immune response slows, making the body more susceptible to infections and inflammation. Certain nutrients like vitamin C, zinc, selenium, and spirulina's unique compound phycocyanin have been shown to strengthen immune function. Phycocyanin, for example, promotes the production of white blood cells and has antioxidant effects that help reduce oxidative stress, a major contributor to aging at the cellular level. Maintaining a strong immune system isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about preserving the body's ability to repair itself, respond to stress, and recover from everyday damage. Joint health is also heavily influenced by nutrition. Cartilage and connective tissue degrade over time, often leading to pain, stiffness, and decreased mobility. Nutrients like collagen, vitamin C, manganese, and omega-3s all support joint integrity and function. Spirulina's high antioxidant content helps reduce the chronic inflammation that often exacerbates joint discomfort. When joints are nourished properly, the entire body moves more freely and with less pain, creating a feedback loop that encourages more physical activity, which in turn supports muscle health. Energy levels, often attributed to sleep or age, are also deeply connected to nutrient status. Mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell, rely on nutrients like CoQ10, B vitamins, magnesium, and iron to produce ATP, the body's main energy currency. As mitochondrial function naturally declines with age, a steady intake of these nutrients becomes essential to avoid the feeling of constant fatigue or brain fog. Spirulina offers a unique combination of B vitamins, iron, and magnesium, making it a powerful natural energy booster, not in the form of a stimulant, but as a facilitator of real cellular energy. The gut also plays a critical role in overall health and should not be ignored. A healthy digestive system allows for the absorption of the very nutrients that support muscle, brain, immune, and joint health. Fiber, probiotics, and anti-inflammatory compounds all help support gut health. Spirulina contains prebiotic compounds that support the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, helping to maintain balance in the microbiome. Since the gut is deeply interconnected with the brain and immune system, improving gut health has ripple effects on mood, focus, and disease resistance. What becomes clear is that nutrition in later years is not about isolated goals like building muscle or losing weight. It's about systems. It's about making sure every cell is supported with the tools it needs to do its job well. It's about building a nutritional environment that reduces the friction of aging and replaces it with strength, clarity, and endurance. This is not accomplished by one magic food, but by consistent, thoughtful nourishment. Spirulina, with its protein density, antioxidant load, and micronutrient richness, represents exactly the kind of all-in-one support the aging body thrives on. It's not just about preserving the exterior, it's about strengthening the entire system from the inside out.